Welcome everyone, I'm Lynn from Finds of Yesterday, and today we're talking Juliana jewelry. We're going to discuss a brief history of the company, some of the features of Juliana, and mostly we're going to talk about the types of stones that they use, the specialty stones. So let's just jump right in and get started here. Frank DeLiza's company goes by DeLiza and Elster, or D&E, as many people refer to it. He was in business from 1947 to 1990. They manufactured many pieces of jewelry under many different names like Mystic Jewelry, Greenwood Designs, Fifth Avenue Boutique, and others. But the name that many collectors recognize is Juliana. This line was only produced by D&E for only 2 years between 1964 and 1966. You'll see a lot of their designs out during the 60s. So none of the jewelry was marked because Frank wanted new salespeople to reach new audiences and create new customers and obviously new sales. They did use these hang tags that were usually taken off to wear the piece, so you didn't see many of these in the future. You'll see many of D&E designs referred to as Juliana, but it was technically only produced for a couple of years. The name Juliana was a combination of Frank's mother's name and his brother Tony's mother-in-law's name, Julia and Anna, which became Juliana. The name was phased out because of problems with long-term customers, but the company made jewelry for over 40 years. So all the pieces in this video are from DeLiza and Elster, but mostly the 1960s. The information comes from the fabulous book that Ann Pittman wrote, and she included fabulous photos. So if you ever have a chance to get this book at a reasonable cost, you might want to pick it up because most of them are selling for $800 to $1,000. She's working on getting the publisher to start reprinting it, so if you join her Facebook group, it's called Juliana Jewelry Book, and let Anne know that you're interested. If she gets enough people, they will start reprinting the book. We're going to cover some of the features of Juliana, but we're going to cover these fairly fast because I do have another video out that shows more in depth some of the features that would help you determine if it's a piece is Juliana or not. So I'll try to link that here. So some of the features were pointed backs and flat backs, open backs, and they did figure 8 puddling on the back, which was pretty popular for Juliana. And they had rivets, but they were sporadic, so they didn't have a lot of rivets on the back of a brooch. They used hook clasps and spring rings and fold-over clasps and push-in clasps on their flat bracelets. They used to use safety chains in the beginning on their bracelets, but they eliminated them after a certain amount of time. They did also have cupcake settings with open backs, and they used dog-tooth prongs on some of their pieces, which D&E called them Tiffany prongs. And they used pin stops, but not every piece may have a pin stop. Some may have fallen off through the years, but many of them do that I have seen. It all started with the clear rhinestone pins in the late 1940s and early 50s, which was a staple in the market. They were timeless and always in demand. The company also produced round pins and square pins, snowflakes, fleur-de-lis, rhinestone earrings, shoulder dusters, rhinestone shoe clips, dress clips, hat pins, mobile earrings, dog collars, bracelets, cocktail rings, belts, necklaces. There is so many different items that they produced, and they produced a lot beyond Juliana as well. There were only a few Christmas pins that they came out with because that market was very competitive and they didn't warrant the money that they would have to charge for them. In 1966, this Christmas tree pin came out. It is the only one. It has red and green rhinestones and a halo around the top pear stone. They also have a bell pin, a wreath pin, and 2 candles in a holder pin, and the holly leaf. When the European companies began making specialty stones, D&E bought many of their interesting stones to create with. Here we're going to get into all the variations of the stones they used. There is no way I can cover everything, so we're going to touch base on a lot of their specialty stones, actually 47 of them. We're going to go through these fairly quickly because there is quite a few, so you can easily use this video for a reference guide. But let's hop in. This is number 1, Easter eggs. If you think of Juliana, you think of Easter eggs. It's probably the most common one, but some of these particular ones are more rare, like the blue and gold stippled one is the rarest and most sought after, obviously. They also had the coral gold splattered and the stippled multicolored. They had a metal filigree bead, as you can see pretty clearly on the right brooch. They have a AB texture, kind of a carnival glass look to them, or a sugared textured look to them. Then they had the heliotropes, or watermelon. They had a blue heliotrope, the green, and a basic heliotrope. Coral gold floral cabs. These are known as Rose Limoges, and this was about 1965 when they were first seen. And they also called them evening rose. We have striped stones, which is they had a chalk white and brown. These stripes go all the way through. They also had pink and blue, and you're going to see these later on again with a different name. They had turquoise and coral matrix, Rivoli, and this one is a harvest Rivoli and a Bermuda blue. But they had these in many variety of colors as well. They had a filigree bead, which was a brass ball with open work on it. The margarita shape, which is the scallop shape, and it came in green heliotrope margarita, and it came in a blue light sapphire margarita, pink and amethyst. There's a lot of colors of these as well. Then we had the polka dot beads, and these are called paisley beads. The tiny dots of coralline is tiny glass or plastic balls fused to the surface. D&E called these petite fleurs. Oval engraved flower, which was a flat oval stone with a gold intaglio engraving of leaves and flowers with a center stone accent. Nugget beads. These remind me of nuts, but they have a black, like thin stripe through them, like irregular stripe. An AB coated irregular baroque bead. These look like pressed with an AB coating on them. Oval geode quartz. They had it in a topaz color, rose quartz, and a crystal quartz. Oval stippled smooth stone, which is kind of a mix of a green and a brown. Cameos came in many colors and varieties. These are just some of the options. You'll see many more. Then there's the flawed emerald, which is to represent an emerald. Cat's eye cabochon, which kind of looks like a cat's eye, but looks more like a confetti foil bead. Multicolored cabs. These are paint swirled cabs. Red is called the Harlequin multicolor. The green is called Masquerade multicolor. Then there's gold fluss. which came in emerald gold flush, and topaz gold flush, and a sapphire gold flush. And you can see that the color comes all the way through to the back side. Then we have aventurine stones. Aventurine was a process invented in Venice, Italy around 1700 AD, and it's shimmering glass with tiny metallic copper flakes in it. This is a pressed glass in a floral pattern from Germany. So they're oval glass stones pressed with a floral pattern and an AB finish on them. Honey malachite, where the color goes all the way through, and it's kind of a warm stone. Transfer flowers were rose decals on a cabochon base. The ones with the couple hugging are called Limoges scenes. Then we have floral transfers on chalk white stone or black oval with the floral transfer. Oval engraved leaf, which is a glass oval engraved leaf with a red azalea. Hematite rose and butterfly cabs. You got a hematite oval with a rose or a butterfly on the top, and they're usually surrounded by rhinestones. Tortoise stones, which are a combination of a brown and beige, lighter. They're kind of transparent. You hold them up to the light, you can see through. We have frosted stones, which it's possible that D&E frosted their own stones after obtaining a product they called Jack Frost. Molded stones, as you see here, they came in a variety of colors and shapes like the leaves. Porphyry leaf glass, D&E called these Popher. Oval jet and gold cabochon, kind of has an animal print to it. Color with black glass drop, these are very rare. You're not going to find these very often. If you do, you found a good piece. This piece, or these stones, have three different names. They called them corn kernel, carved glass navette, or molded navette. Peacock rhinestones. Today they call it seal. It also came in topaz and heliotrope. Black leopard spots. That one's pretty self-explanatory. Looks just like it. And then iridescent rose. D&E said that these roses fell off all the time and they had to repaste them. Pillowcase and AB coated pillowcase stone. I love this one. It reminds me of my grandma. It looks like a puckered pillow, and it's satin glass, ribbed Givray stones or sunburst. French Limoges fired on copper base. These are a very unique stone. As well as this one, round birthday cake. That's a very unique one. They called it Tower of Pisa, the collectors did. And copper flush and gold flush. White moonstones. Scooped out AB coated, which is a little depression in the middle of a round stone. And we have oval opal. So there were pink stones, oval pink oval opals, and blue stones, oval blue opals, and they were reflective, and you could see it from the back side as well. Cabochon matrix. Came in pink and blue. Wheat flowers, which is a round jet gold wheat and flower that looked like a button. And the 47th one is milk glass. Pink, blue, white. Came in a variety of colors as well. So that's the extent of the stones we're covering today. There are also many different shaped rhinestones that D&E came out with, and that's another whole video. But thanks for joining me. I hope you can use this as a reference guide, and I feel like I covered all the ones that were presented to me, so I'm sure there's other ones out there that I've missed, but this is a huge variety, and I hope that it helps you when you're looking for Juliana jewelry to verify. And check out my other video that talks about the tricks of distinguishing if a piece is Juliana by the figure 8 puddling, the pin stops, and all of that information. Thanks again. We will see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video with people. It really helps my channel. I appreciate it. See you on the next one.